Most of the time, our world, it makes sense, right? It follows these rules we can pretty much measure and get our heads around. But then there are these other things that just don't fit. So today, we're diving into 5 cases from the archives of the truly unexplained. These are stories so bizarre, they kind of make you question the fabric of reality itself.
So, let's just kick things off with a huge question. Have you ever felt like there are glitches in reality? Those moments or objects or even memories that just feel wrong, like they don't belong, almost like they're playing by a totally different set of rules. Well, let's dig in and see. All right, first up, we've got a real head-scratcher. It's this wild psychological puzzle that revolves around a shared memory. A memory of a very specific toy from childhood. The only problem, there is absolutely zero evidence that this toy ever existed in the first place.
So it all kicked off with this image that went viral. It was a picture of this kind of strange bear-like doll with these huge unblinking eyes. And then something incredible happened. Thousands of people, we're talking from all over the world, different ages, different backgrounds, they all had the exact same reaction. Wait a minute, I had that doll. And they weren't just vaguely remembering it. No, they were describing the feel of it, where it sat on their shelf. These super vivid, deeply personal memories of this one specific toy.
But here's where it gets really weird. Despite thousands of people swearing they owned this thing, there's just nothing. No paper trail, no company has ever put their hand up and said, yeah, we made that. No store has a record of selling it. It's not in a single toy catalog. It's like the doll only ever existed inside their heads. So the big question is, what on earth are all these people remembering?
Okay, so we're going to jump from a glitch in our own memories, way, way back in time. I'm talking over 11,000 years ago, to a mystery that was literally sealed in stone. And this place? It basically forces us to rewrite everything we thought we knew about early human civilization. Now, just to give you an idea of how mind-blowingly old this place is, Göbekli Tepe was built thousands of years before the Great Pyramid of Giza. And get this, it was built by hunter-gatherers. These weren't farmers living in cities. They were nomadic people. And somehow, they organized to build this absolutely massive and incredibly complex temple. But the craziest part isn't even how they built it. It's why they buried it. Yeah, you heard that right. This place wasn't just abandoned and left to ruin. All the evidence shows that its own creators carefully and very deliberately covered the entire thing with tons and tons of dirt. After using it for over 1,000 years, they just sealed it away, almost like a time capsule. It makes you wonder, right? Were they hiding something? Or maybe trying to send a message to us? I mean, think about the timeline here. It's just nuts. Step 1, build these massive, beautifully carved stone pillars. Step 2, use this place as a huge ceremonial center for over 1,000 years. And then step 3, methodically bury the whole thing. It just doesn't make any sense. It's a sequence of events that completely turns our understanding of ancient cultures on its head. All right, let's jump forward from an ancient mystery involving thousands of people to a modern one about a single man. His name was Robert Winters, an experienced woodsman. He went out on a hunting trip, something he'd done 1,000,000 times before, and just disappeared. Poof, gone. So a full year goes by. Then a hiker near Sparks Lake, Oregon, stumbles onto a scene, and it's not what you'd expect. This wasn't the aftermath of some tragic accident or a wild animal attack. No. His rifle was just carefully leaned against a tree. His clothes were neatly folded at the bottom. His glasses were sitting right on top. It's all so calm, so deliberate, and so incredibly weird. It's almost as if he just stepped out of his clothes and walked away from his life. And that, right there, is the part that's just impossible to wrap your head around. They found this perfect little pile of all his stuff, but after a massive search, they found nothing else. No bones, no tracks leading away from the scene. Not a single solitary trace of Robert Winters was ever found. It's like he just evaporated into thin air. Our next story starts out like something from a movie. It's every archaeologist's dream come true, the unbelievable discovery of an ancient royal mummy. But that dream very quickly twisted into a modern-day forensic nightmare. So, on the one side, you have the story the world was told. This was a 2,600-year-old Persian princess, a priceless artifact. But then, there's the truth. The awful truth that science uncovered. The body wasn't ancient at all. It was a 21-year-old woman who had been murdered
in 1996. Her killers then mummified her body and disguised it as an ancient artifact to sell on the black market. And the most heartbreaking part? We still have no idea who she was.
Okay, for our last case, we're going from mysteries we find out in the world to one that's found deep inside the human body, literally under the skin. We're talking about physical objects that, when you look at the lab reports, have absolutely no business being there.
There was this surgeon, Dr. Roger Lanier, who decided to seriously investigate people who claimed they'd been abducted by aliens. So he actually performed surgeries on several of these people and removed these tiny, mysterious objects that were embedded in their bodies. But here's the part that baffled everyone. These foreign objects weren't causing any inflammation. The body's immune system wasn't attacking them at all. It was almost as if the body didn't even see them as foreign.
And when they sent these objects to the lab, the results were just mind-blowing. First off, their chemical makeup, it had elements you typically find in meteorites. They were also giving off their own distinct radio signals. And maybe the most shocking thing of all, they were built with carbon nanotubes, which is a seriously advanced piece of material science.
And this is really the heart of the puzzle. Some of these people claimed the implants had been there for decades, but the objects themselves contained technology, like those carbon nanotubes, that was way, way beyond what science could create back then. It really makes you ask the obvious question. If we didn't make them, who did? And where did they come from?
So think about what we've seen. Shared memories of a toy that was never made, an ancient masterpiece that was buried on purpose, technology that shouldn't exist found inside people's bodies. These aren't just spooky stories, are they? They feel like, well, like glitches in the system. They're these strange shadows right at the edge of what we can explain, and they force us to wonder, what other truths are hiding out there in the dark, just waiting for us to